Hi, I'm Donna Dewberry, the original creator of the FolkArt one-stroke painting technique. Welcome to the Let's Paint Studio right here at Plaid. Learning to paint has never been as easy as when I teach you how to load a brush with multiple colors where you can blend, shade, and highlight with one stroke of the brush. Our new program with Let's Paint FolkArt One Stroke this year is going to be all about learning how to paint 50 different types of flowers. And as you can imagine, 50 flowers makes the possibility endless to be able to paint floral designs. I'm thrilled that you've chosen to join me on this one-stroke journey. So let's paint. I'm excited to do a blanket flower with you today. And these are beautiful when they grow in the ground. It's awesome. So this is on a reusable teaching guide, guys. And what you're doing is it's reusable so you can wipe off and practice with me my actual size strokes. We are using FolkArt multi-surface paint, my favorite. We're using moon yellow, apple red, licorice, and sap green. And I have some floating medium in the middle if we need it. And then we're using the one-stroke brushes, which are the 12 flat, the 2 script liner, and the 1/2-inch scruffy. Now what we're going to do is we're going to flip this over and practice what we're going to have to practice before we start painting. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to, it tells you right here what to do. So besides watching, it's going to be a little reminder for you. I've wet my flat brush, laid it on the paper towel, let the water moisture go out. Then I'm going to pick up apple red on both sides of this flat brush. And so I let you see when you stroke it, it's going to be the color that we want. And we're going to, on this stroke, we're going to be on the chisel and we're going to be going outward. All right. So see, they're about evenly the right height, but yet they're spiky looking. And this makes making this flower very simple for you. All right. Now these separations here are each petal, even though sometimes flowers look like they're all the same petal. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to come around here and go around like this and practice, okay? So then, and feel comfortable to just keep practicing until it gets it. Like right there, you can't see much, so don't worry. But then right here, I'm going to do the second step for you. All right, so I'm going to take out all the red, the apple red, off my brush, dry it again, and let's pick up straight moon yellow. All right, so now see the arrows? It's going to remind you that this is what we're doing. We're coming around here, and we're getting that jagged edge. All right, so after you go around here with red, you can see when it's a little larger, you can see the separations of the petal. We then are going to come in here with yellow. And so the yellow, the moon yellow, is going to pick up a little bit of the red color as you go in here sometimes, which is a nice thing. But you can flip the brush a little bit, go get more. This isn't like our typical double loading on and our double loader, so don't get confused. Every once in a while that makes a better flower. And so that's what you're going to do. So practice one to get it complete like you want it. And then we're going to go and make a mix right here. We're going to pick up apple red and a little bit of licorice, because we want it to be like a darker burgundy color for the middle. We need that depth in the middle for this to look like a dimensional pretty flower. All right, so I'm going to take out that out of the brush. All right, and let's go to our scruffy. Our scruffy needs to be totally dry. We're going to fluff the center and get a nice oval shape. And don't put this as natural hairs. The other brushes we're using synthetic nylon. These are natural hairs, so we don't want it wet. Now we're going to go right in here to this mix that we made right here, and we're going to pounce it right in the middle. All right, and all we do is take our handle of our script liner and we make a dot in the middle. Okay, so let's go. Let's take this off with a baby wipe or a paper towel. wet paper towel, and then we don't want it to sit here. It will dry on the reusable teaching guide, and because it's multi-surface, it's meant to stay well, okay? So just wipe it off, and let's go paint this first part of our project here. So what we're going to do is we're going to come around here and decide where we want these flowers. So what I'd like to do is say right there, kind of do a triangle. All right, so that's just placement for us. Then we're going to do our red first, and we're going to go around and make these petals. So there's a petal. I'm going to split it. See how I'm on my chisel? And they have pretty, really pretty petals. So I do want it kind of full here in the middle, but knowing we have that big center that we're going to put in here. Now the center's going to be bigger than what I just did. Okay, so I'm going to finish these. Okay, so let's add our yellow. So this is moon yellow, flat, dried brush. Okay, so you're going to pick up that often. And we're going to come right in here. Okay, now we got to put our centers in here. So we've got that scruffy that we already have some of that color on. And then what we're going to do is, since we're one color, we can just spin it around to get a nice rounded center. Okay, we're going to take the handle of our 2-script liner, steady yourself, and put it right in the middle. Okay, so now we're going to learn the leaf. All right, so this is pretty simple. What we're going to do is pick up our moon yellow and sap green and work it right in here. Push hard, get lots of color in there. And you notice if you have enough paint on the brush, you don't need floating medium, depending on your surface you're on, okay guys? So now right here, I'm going to pull this across to make sure I like the color that I've got. And I can come right in here and pick out a little bit more yellow. So now this is what we're going to do. We're going to push the brush down, and we're going to do a little bit of wave and come to a point. These lines are where you start. So then you can start here, push down, and stand up. So you need to practice that a few times, okay? And then right here, so we wiggle this side, and then we push down and stand up on this side. And then this is the chisel, so we want to take the chisel up into the middle of that. You can also do a push slider leaf, okay? So you put pressure and stand up. And then the last thing is we're going to do an inky 2-script liner and roll that brush only time we use water on our brushes is when we're using the script liner. And I want you to practice going just on the tip of this brush around. Okay, so I practice that on a piece of paper too. That I hope that would be easier for you. Okay, let's wipe it and let's get started. All right, so be sure to keep this right here to remind you what you're supposed to be accomplishing, okay? What we want it to look like. All right, so we're gonna come over here. I'm gonna go back and get Moon Yellow and pick up the Sap Green, okay? So I'm gonna come in here first and do one that I can wiggle actually on both sides. So you're going to come right along here, and we're going to pull a stem into that. All right, so every once in a while I can add a little one in between. Okay, we're going to come over here, and let's add a couple in between here. That's those slider leaves. Let's go do another larger leaf. Okay, so let's go right here. You can wiggle one edge, and then we're going to slide the other edge. So be sure that you have this right here to see. So we're going to go pressure and slide it to the tip. All right. I had so much fun today sharing how easy it is to paint these flowers. They turned out gorgeous. Remember, practicing on the reusable teaching guides right over my strokes gives you so much painting confidence. Thank you for joining me here in the studio. And remember, we just learned one more of the flowers from the A to Z one-stroke floral painting sets. And I would love for you to take pictures and share them on our Let's Paint with Plaid Facebook group by hashtagging Let's Paint Challenge. Come on, everybody, let's paint.